Hey guys, welcome to Know Your Aura with Mystic Michaela. Today we're talking about inauthentic colors. I get a lot of questions about those, what that means, and it's seriously like one of the keystones of my readings. And I am here with my blue, red quarantine buddy, Scott. Hey.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, well, how is it going? It's day...
I don't even know.
4 billion. Like, we're here.
Lost count.
Well, we were talking about, like, weird things people are doing. Like, people are losing it. I'm losing it.
You're losing it?
A little bit.
Are you? I'm okay.
Bit.
I'm still okay.
I'm a little bit losing it.
I think you're losing it a little bit more than me. I mean, I know last week we did pet peeves, and we're going to talk about pet peeves again today, but just yesterday we were just having, pizza with some veggies.
Yes.
And we had, a glass of blue cheese.
Yeah.
And, instead of taking a spoon and putting the blue cheese on my plate, I just dipped, I poured it.
Yeah.
And you kind of that kind of freaked you out.
Like I gave you side eye.
Give me side eye just for that. So I know. I don't think you would have given me side eye for that in normal times.
Right.
Right? I mean,
it's a quarantine side eye.
I hope not.
I think we all have a little bit of we're just losing it,
We are, yeah. I mean, I also think I think some things that are set in quarantine, like when this is all over, I think you could get passes on. So if you say something really bad in quarantine, you might be able to get a pass on it. Okay. I think. I don't know.
Like if you really go after your partner or something.
Yeah. Or
you're allowed to that's a hall pass.
Kind of like
okay.
It's like a quarantine pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see when it's over.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are doing weird things. We now all have to wear a mask when we go in public.
Yes.
But why are I see people driving with a mask on.
I know.
I don't get it.
People are wearing them alone. And we have this, in our neighborhood, it has its own Facebook page. And somebody wrote on there, why aren't people wearing masks? But it's just like out and about. It's you don't have to wear it with your dog, know?
Right.
If you're alone, you don't have to wear one.
Right.
Yet I've been seeing a lot of people just wearing them all by themselves.
Yeah.
Which is kind of odd.
That's really
I don't
odd,
think
right?
they understand.
Yeah.
And just things but then on the other side of things, Jacksonville Beach opened,
right.
South Florida Purple. And I think Florida Morons was trending or something because everybody showed up.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up. So it's just, I think moving forward, we're all going to have to use common sense. Honestly, just really tap into that part of ourselves that might be dormant for some of us more than others. And it's just really think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously.
Just use common sense.
Yeah. I don't know why, I'm out driving and the cars are staying 6 feet apart.
That is not
why would you keep your car 6 feet away from me?
That's so not common sense.
Your car's not going to catch it.
I've been starting to feel really, this is so silly, but, I take a walk every night with the kids or whatever, and, if you pass somebody, everybody just walks, 10 feet away from you,
right.
Huge circles. And I know that's, we're supposed to be okay, that's nice or whatever, but I don't know, it's a little mean. It's a little mean, but at the same time, I know we're supposed to do it, and I do it too. It's kind of mean. We're kind of going back, I watch all those old movies where nobody, touches each other or anything. It's like that.
I was in the liquor store yesterday. Yeah. Thank God that they're still open.
Oh, yeah, we sent you there.
Yeah. They didn't have my Tennessee Fire. I had to get the Jim Beam. But, I just cleared my throat. Just
yes.
That. Not even a cough.
Right.
And, someone with a pitchfork was
oh, no.
Came out.
You can't have a cough out.
You can't, yeah.
Here's the thing.
You can't have a sniffle.
By the way, what we're talking about is so flippin' frivolous compared to what some people are going through, and we know that. I also had all these readings with medical care professionals this week, and it is so upsetting for them, what they're going through. And so when I talk about these things, I realize these are small, tiny, ridiculous little problems that mean nothing. But still, I feel a lot of us are experiencing, I don't know, just this feeling of when is this going to end, or how's this going to evolve into a new normal is a good question.
That's a good question.
But I really, while you're, at home and you're quarantining, you got to put down the scissors. Do not cut your own bangs. How many people have written me, I cut my own bangs. Is that a purple bomb? It's, are you good at cutting bangs? Because some people aren't. One person wrote me that they over tweeze their eyebrows. People are kind of going crazy a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm considering. I don't know if you'll allow me. I think we need to get Jenny A over here.
Yeah.
To cut my hair.
Oh, yeah.
Is that allowed?
Well, I was going to give you a scrunchie because it's been looking a little long.
Maybe, it's going back to the Ralph Macchio days that we talked about last week.
70s hair.
70s hair.
80s
All right. Well,
hair.
we've had, we both had the pet peeves. We talked about them last episode,
yes.
and we figured we'd open it up to the Mystic Michaela spiritual family, and we asked them.
They responded very favorably to my chewing issues.
They did.
Brianna and me have a terrible issue with chewing noises.
Right.
And you know what? A lot of people don't understand. It's not our fault. Empaths, highly sensitive people, we have heightened senses. We can hear things more, and it just really gets to us. So you asked, the MMSF,
and I've been getting, and you know what? I've been getting a lot of slack for that.
Yeah, people understand my rage.
People have been messaging me and telling me about it, and I try to defend it, but
a lot of them had secondary rage.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
I
mean, even on the people have been even doing it in public on the Mystic Michaela spiritual family page, calling me out for talking during the movies. Chewing loud.
Can't do that.
I can't do that.
Yeah. Well, tell us. Okay, so this was funny. I didn't read any of them.
All right. So this is what we did. This is what we posted.
Okay.
We said, what are your quarantine pet peeves? And we're going to share some of these. So here we go. And I'm just going to read some of these off, and we'll kind of see if they're if they're that bad or really bad or whatever. All right. So Christy writes. Now, this part's really bad because, first of all, when I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my parents, so right off the bat, she's stuck with her parents.
I'm sorry.
That's a bad quarantine. If I was stuck with my parents or your parents or Anne Frank, who your mom was in a previous life, it'd be over. And they start watching their Facebook videos really loudly.
Oh,
so
that bothers
a little bit older.
me.
Yeah.
No, when the kids do that, I can't handle it.
You can't handle
with
that?
With the YouTube videos? Oh, my God. I feel her.
Yeah. All right, so
that's her thing?
That's a real deal.
No, I can't handle it, because the kids will, and they each put on their own, and they're really loud. And don't you always hear me, Abby, turn down your iPad? Don't you always hear me with that?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second person on the list says the same thing. The video's playing loud, the phone's being loud. A lot of people are annoyed because their partner, this is from Kirsten, that
which one is that?
Kirsten. Is that the same name?
Can you spell it for me? I'll help you.
I'm not going there.
Okay.
I already I botched it.
All right.
I'm sorry. I botched it. They're upset because let's say their husband or their wife are doing their business calls from home.
Yeah.
And they're walking around the house talking on the phone, and that's annoying them.
Okay.
So calls that would have made at the office.
Right, our home calls now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny when you hear your spouse's work voice.
Yes.
When you're that's his work voice, faker, in his fake laugh. And you hear his what? I don't know if we have that problem, but I know when you hear someone on the phone and they do their fake. My neighbor was doing it the other day. I walked by his house and he was outside, definitely making a work call, and he was ha 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 ha. And I'm that is not your laugh.
Right.
Really bothered me.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I get all these so far.
Me too. Leanna, our admin of the page and our assistant, says, when my husband asked me what the plan is for the day. So every day they wake up and he says, what's the plan for the day? And, every single morning. So I get that green. Because what the heck's the plan? There is no plan.
Yeah, but we don't ask each other that. He's green.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
That's really fun.
What's your plan for today? It's oh, gee.
Right.
And then it kind of makes you feel bad because you don't have one.
Right.
There is no plan.
There's no plan.
I'm going to go.
What's your plan today?
Watch TV now.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the grocery store at 8:30 to try to beat the crowd. I'm going to put on my mask.
He's green. He probably has a plan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Courtney writes, this one is really funny, and it cracked me up yesterday. She's annoyed by her dog licking his dog parts for a long period of time.
No, I remember when we had a dog growing up, the slow lick. It's
so he's really getting in there.
It's so disgusting.
The dog is so bored that he's licking his own parts for fun.
I remember that noise.
Yeah.
That brought it back, and it was remember you'd have a dog, and you'd be like, "Stop it." Stop it. You'd go in the other room.
Yeah. You got to think, people that are quarantining alone, there's got to be some weird things going on.
There's weird things going on with them.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
like guys might be doing yoga just to. I'm not going to go there. Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're not going there. All right.
We know what you have been wanting to do yoga with me. Now I think I know why.
Yeah. No, I never wanted to do that.
I think you did.
No, never.
I think you did.
Yeah. Now this one's great. This one's great. It's very short to the point, and we can just imagine with this one. And if I ever start doing this one, you could throw me out of the house. Okay. Christy writes, my husband is doing TikToks. Okay. So if I decide one day, hey, I'm going to get on TikTok.
Did you put his account on there? I really want to look at them.
No.
That's hysterical.
But yeah.
Is he good at them?
I don't know.
So my daughter shows me all of these funny ones. And they are funny. Like when families do them. That's my favorite TikToks when the families get involved. Like grandma, dad, everybody.
Yeah. No, it's okay if like Bree, I didn't want to do it the other day, but
yes,
Bree
you
brought
were
me
in
one.
ours. Yes.
That's fine. But if you're like a guy, with kids and you're married, and you start doing TikToks.
He's bored.
No.
He's bored.
That's crossing over.
He might be trying to figure out the algorithm to make them TikTok famous. Now's the time.
Okay. Now's the time
to seize that opportunity.
Okay.
I'm going to give him some credit.
Now, this one's interesting.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Marie writes, my boyfriend, who is green and blue, gets irritated when I touch him, I don't know, just make sense, too lightly. Okay. Like if I lightly stroke his arm or something else.
Yeah, just creeps him out.
I don't know what else she's talking about. He says it. She's sharing a lot on this one. He says it tickles. Okay. I will admit it's annoying. He's light touched me to show her. So I guess he's done it back to her.
Okay.
I don't like being criticized how I touch. So her pet peeve is she touches her boyfriend. Her boyfriend doesn't like that.
Yeah,
I get touches her too lightly.
I get what he's saying.
You do? I don't understand this one.
It's kind of like he might have like that sensitivity thing where if it's too light, it just feels creepy and makes you feel slimy and stuff.
So he wants it more.
He just wants a more
touch?
firmer touch.
Like a firm touch.
Yeah, don't just walk by him and trace your fingers on his shoulder.
He wants it
he wants it more just like a stronger grasp, or something like that. I don't have that issue,
right?
But as I experience the situation as she's described it, I could make you feel give you the willies or something.
Well, like if you're doing it so lightly that it tickles.
Yeah, but that wouldn't. I think it's different. Like he's feeling squirmy about it.
Okay,
and he doesn't want to feel squirmy about his significant other. So he's trying to be like, hey, please don't make me feel gross.
Okay.
It's some people have very strong tactile issues.
So maybe he's like that guy from that movie that you like that has 10 parts, like The Red Room of Pain.
Oh my God!
What's that movie called?
10 parts.
50 Shades of Darkness
of Grey.
Of Gray. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's grayer and gray. And
I don't
dark black.
that movie. It's just such fluff and nonsense.
Yeah, you read all the books, didn't you?
When I had the flu 2 years ago, I rewatched. Yeah, I read all the books. And when I had the flu 2 years ago, I rewatched it, and it's just such you can't think of anything. Some things are good like that. You just watch it and you're it's like Twilight's like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, okay? This is how I get through my life.
So the boyfriend might want some Red Room of Pain stuff.
Yeah.
She might ask him that. I think after this
she should just freaking Amazon a whip.
Right.
And be like, you like this? And just smack him.
Hold out a whip and a feather and see which one he goes for. Whip, feather, and see which one he wants.
Get kinky.
There you go. All right. Now, this one I think is a lot, okay? Jan... Yeah. And there's probably so many variations of this.
Okay.
My husband clinking his cereal bowl with his spoon.
You do that too. And you know what you do?
Thanks, Jan.
You know what you do? Jan, I get you. You know what else you do? When you eat with a fork, you hit your teeth with it. And I'm like, aren't you going to, I'm so scared you're going to break a tooth.
Really?
I never told you this until this moment.
All right, I'm going to have to.
I really shut up about these things. I don't, listen, you got me with the blue cheese incident, all right, with the jar. But usually I do not let these things show. But I get that, the clinking.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people slurp the cereal.
Yeah, you do that too.
My dad does that too.
And you do that
My
too.
dad does that too.
Does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me, but
really?
he used to walk around the house slurping
you do that
his cereal.
too, though.
He probably still does it now.
That's funny that you are bothered. What are you bothered by? Are there any noises that bother you? Because you're not
you know what noises bother me? Noises that I cannot control.
Like babies crying.
Yeah, that does.
Oh, I know what bothers you.
Yeah, if there's
background music in a movie.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a noise coming from loud neighbors would bother me.
Oh, yeah, that bothers
more
you.
than something that I can control. If I can control the noise, it doesn't really bother me. That's probably a red thing.
That's more normal, I think, to be annoyed by like a loud neighbor than like a clinking of a soup bowl.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me so much.
Yeah, I know. Like that's the difference with the empath sensitivities. Like I said, like we can handle like a baby crying. Like that doesn't, like when the kids fight, it doesn't, like I'm just like, yeah, let him go, and you can't handle it.
Yeah,
isn't that funny?
Your mom, by the way, her pet peeve for your dad.
Oh, God,
is that he's been clipping his toenails in the living room.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And like leaving them on the floor.
He's just so gross.
So that's
a good one.
That's a real good one.
And that's really, she's got a point. That's an actual one.
No, that's
disgusting.
That's bad. Lynchy, you got to stop doing that.
Who told you that you asked yesterday?
Well, I asked them. Yeah, hey, you got a pet peeve? And Lynchy, your dad, I call him Lynchy.
That's my maiden name.
Yeah,
that's why.
Lynch, yeah.
Otherwise, it makes no sense.
Correct. Or you can call him the clock collector. That's his name on Instagram.
Yeah, he's green.
He's green. Yeah. Some people do follow him.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, he's got a following.
He loves his clocks.
Like 7 people that follow him. But I forgot where I was going with that, so let's just move on.
You asked Dad what his pet peeve was.
Oh, for your mom, and he said, Peggy doesn't have any pet peeves.
He's such a pleaser.
Yeah, he's such a pleaser.
He does, too.
Janine says her husband keeps accusing people of stealing the slides inside his shoes. Like, I guess like inserts.
No, that's not what she said.
No?
No, reread that.
My husband keeps accusing people of stealing his slides.
His slides.
Oh, his slides.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep going.
His inside shoes, which nobody cares about. And now I think the kids are messing with him and moving them around.
That's hysterical. Like, who wants to steal your shoes? Like, your little slides, your inside shoes.
Yeah, I don't get that
That is hysterical. I totally mess with them.
Yeah,
I put, like, one there and then, like, move one to a different spot. So you can only find one. And then, like, you think the other one must be nearby, but it's not.
Okay.
It's quarantine fun.
I mean, a lot of them are chewing noises.
Yes.
Someone's mad how a guy turns the door handles. Victoria's like talking about door handles. Like he turns the door handles weird. I mean, there's like people are getting petty here.
People are getting petty. They are. It's too much inside time with your quarantine people.
Like, this one's attacking her kid. He's 9.
Let me hear it. I want to hear about it.
And basically,
I have a lot of that.
Every time he wants water, he asks for permission. And she's just like, get the damn glass of water yourself.
That would be annoying. Can I have water? It's like, what am I?
Yeah.
Like of course you can have water.
Well, I fill up that apple juice cups like 17 times a day.
It's not that they're asking for it. It's he's asking permission. Like, what kind of mother does her kid think she is that he has to ask for water? That would get annoying. Like, I'm a good mother. Like, what are you implying at this point?
Yeah.
That I ration your water?
Man.
I get that.
Amanda's boyfriend eats his cereal in a way that is just not humanly possible. The other day she was gagging because it was so bad.
I don't understand
They're not
that.
they might.
You can't eat together.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, it's separate rooms for eating.
This is going to cause...
It's separate rooms for eating.
That's like grounds for a break-off. I don't know if they're engaged or not, but boyfriend. But
well, you have to
they could end it.
You have to compartmentalize.
You might be like, no more Lucky Charms, or, you get rid of all cereals.
You might have to put on background music during cereal time.
Yeah.
Cereal feels like a trigger.
Like a big one, yeah.
Cereal's a trigger.
Yeah.
Cereal's a trigger.
That slurping with the milk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to kind of, I agree.
Yeah.
I so agree with that one. All right.
You do it too. I'm going to start. You know what we should all do? Let's record the sounds that bother us and then, like, play it back for the people who are doing it and be like, do you hear this? Like, no, seriously, do you hear it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do that, but I'm saying that you could if you wanted to.
No, it's true.
It's probably not good for any sort of relationship to do that, actually, so don't do it.
You shouldn't. You know what? That's right. We should tell people if we ever do like a thing for like helping people that are dating to get to the married level.
Yes.
We should tell them one thing: never eat cereal in front of your partner until at least you're married. Right. Until you're like in it. Until you sign the documents. You sign a prenup. Don't even do it then.
And I feel like another thing I would tell everybody is use us to vent to.
Yes.
And then don't tell your partner so much. Because, like, they're not going to be able to change how they eat cereal, probably.
Yeah. Or just don't eat it,
All right. Last one. What do we got?
All right. Okay. So Caroline writes, my roommate has been hosting Zoom workout classes with beeps in the music that go off every 30 to 45 seconds. She's going to lose her mind if she can't find another place for this person to host the classes.
She needs noise-canceling headphones.
Yeah.
She needs to find a green and steal their noise-canceling headphones.
Yep. This is terrible. I mean, it really depends who you get stuck with.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Like some people, they're stuck with grandma. Some people are stuck with their parents. And they love them. It's just that you're stuck with them.
No, you love people. It's just everybody has, like, something that they do that's got to, like, just bug the crap out of you.
And let's just finish up with this last one that's funny. Katie says her pet peeve is she hears mom all day.
What does that mean?
Like the word mom.
Oh, mom.
And when it gets to that point, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really depends what age of kid you're quarantining with, too.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel bad for the people, the under 5 crew.
All right, what are we talking about today?
So, this is about inauthentic colors. So, like, so I see colors around people, I always have, but, like, a major breakthrough I had when I was really starting to examine auras was the ability to see, like, undercolors to the authentic colors. So this was huge for me because my whole life I had seen colors, but not really examined them. And when I began examining them, messages would come and then other gifts emerged. That's the thing with working in this psychic realm. When I work on myself, the more I'm given to work with. So it's major work for me to do readings. I'm constantly having to realize things about me, too. I have like a million ego deaths all the time. What's an ego death? It's like basically when you see something really not awesome about yourself and you have to like deal with it. And it's super hidden and like truth hurts and like it's just very stressful. And I get those all the time. All the time now. Like, Spirit is constantly showing me things about myself that it's like, oh, great, got to change that. Okay. And it's like, it's a very, like, what's that quote? First, the truth will piss you off, but then it sets you free or whatever. And that's truly what an ego death is. It's first you're like, ooh, God, I don't like that. And then like, once you just accept it and change it and move on, like, it will set you free. But that is what I go through all the time. And so my point is that I've done a lot of work to do readings, and the more work I do, the more gifts they'll give me, or the more clarity I get when I'm working. And so seeing inauthentic colors on people was one of those, but it happened like fairly early, and I'll explain all that. But anyways, it was a huge breakthrough for me. And this is what I have to do. I have to work on myself because honestly, to be able to see and so deeply into the vulnerability of you, of the, the people that I read, I really do have to pay a price, and that's fair. Why should I be allowed to go there with the people who are so vulnerable in a reading without seeing my own stuff? And that's what this process really was for me. So the more unlayered I became about myself, the more I was able to see through colors. And the inauthentic colors was one of those aha realizations I had. So the thing with colors is that, like, it's when somebody has an inauthentic color, they just don't feel right. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I'll see their color, but it doesn't feel correct. And that's the thing with an inauthentic color on a person. There's something about them that feels off. Now, this doesn't mean they're a fake. That's different. Like somebody who's fake. There's a huge difference. It's funny because sometimes people will be like, are you calling me fake? It's like, no. It has nothing to do with that. Because someone who is fake is purposely trying to mislead you and others. But inauthentic colors are more about feeling shameful about oneself and then putting a color over it to hide it and make the part of themselves that's authentic retreat. So I'll see authentic colors. I'll see them all the time. But if somebody's color doesn't feel right, I can look closer and see what's really supposed to be there. And the thing is, it'll often look tucked away somewhere. And so I'll see the colors on someone and I'll see like a really big color kind of and it's like doesn't feel right. And then I'll look under it and I'll see the authentic color under it. And sometimes on a really tough person, I have to do this thing where I visualize like moving their aura around to see if there's anything under it. Like I'll sit there and stare at a picture and and I have to like dig and, a lot of stuff comes up with it. Yeah, that's the thing with inauthentic colors is it comes with a flood of protected messages, vulnerability, pain bodies, and that's like a whole reading. All right. So like when I uncover an inauthentic color in somebody, it doesn't just like, oh, here it is. It's like there's a whole bunch of baggage associated with the reason why it's there. So a pet peeve for me, like we're talking about pet peeves today, a pet peeve for me is seeing like, you know, those aura photography things, like they always show inauthentic colors in a person. So it's like I just see it, like someone's like, look, I got an aura photo, and they're like they're just showing all their inauthentic colors. I just like sigh. Like this one girl, she's indigo, and she's you know, she gave me her picture. It was all red. And she's like, why? I thought it was indigo. It's like, oh my God, like you just absorb who was around you that day. Like it's like absorbent. It bothers me. That's my pet peeve. In any case, when I began to see the colors, and this happened really early on with my serious practice of doing what I do, everything changed because I knew at that point when I saw this, I was like, wait a second, there's something under that. When I knew that, I knew my message was going to be about authenticity. So it changed my life, being able to see this. And I'll never forget the day I was just looking at someone's picture that they had sent me. And I was like, oh my God, it just hit me like I ran into a wall, and there it was. And the thing is like, you know, I'm a teacher. You know, if you've been listening to this podcast, you understand, like, that's where I originally started exploring the aura thing with the kids I was working with, just teaching with learning styles and things like that. But the thing is like, kids don't wear inauthentic colors. They don't. And it makes them wonderful to deal with. Like, you know, whatever they are, they're moody, they're disrespectful, they're nice, whatever they are, they're real. So they're not energetically exhausting. But then the thing is, the parents would come for like a conference or whatever, and it was like Inauthentic Color Central. And I remember not knowing that at the time, because, you know, this was before I was doing readings professionally, but I remember just feeling drained trying to present info to them about their kids in a way their inauthentic colors needed to hear it. Because here's the thing, and I'll come back to this. When someone is not aware they have an inauthentic color, they get real touchy when you bring info in a way which triggers it. Because like their whole life is about keeping their mentality the same. So if you kind of rub up against the parts of themselves they're trying to hide, like constantly, it's a full-time job to wear inauthentic color. It's a lot of energy to wear one. It's like wearing armor all day long after the battle's over. Like you're just walking around in full-on armor all day long. That's what it's like wearing an inauthentic color. It takes an incredible amount of energy. So when you tell them, like, you're wearing armor, they freak out. So, you know, I'm an indigo, so triggering people is not what I like to do because, like, you know, I'll feel that, and I hate confrontation. I know a lot of empaths understand that because you feel it twice. So, yeah, like when I would have to talk to these parents about their kid or whatever, it was like, oh, my God, like, how do I deal with this? You know what I mean? Because you don't want to trigger them because it's really going to be about them. So that, and I feel like a lot of us do this. We deal with people who don't want to hear truth. They have to hear things presented to themselves in a way where they can hear it. So anyway, so this was my first experience truly understanding there's something off with some people, you know, when I was doing conferences and talking to parents and things like that. But when I started doing this in my practice, a whole light bulb went off, and I realized that this was what the whole point of what I do is. Essentially, seeing inauthentic colors on someone is something I know, like, nobody else does this or understands what even this is. So it's like a lot of new information, and it's different for people to understand this. So again, like, inauthentic does not mean fake. It really means like shame or insecurity or a part of you that doesn't feel lovable, so you put it away. A part of you that doesn't feel like you'll survive if you are that, so you put it away. There are countless reasons why I see people wearing inauthentic colors, and every person who has it has a different reason. So I'm trying to be general here, but know that it's not just a one-way thing. And not everybody wears inauthentic colors, by the way. Like, they really don't. Like, I do plenty of readings where people are not wearing inauthentic colors. But I do plenty of readings where they are. And anyway, so I see people during periods of their life wearing them, you know, from time to time, then they'll drop them. I feel like we've all done that at certain points in our life. Like, we've worn a color and drop it. For example, like, in the military, like, I can always tell when somebody's in the military, they have like this mark on them. It's like a certain red color. And it never goes away. It just never goes away. It's like a military inauthentic color. It's like they do something to you there. It's like they change you a little bit, and you'll always have it. I feel like you can be more aware of it, though. I'll see people wearing, you know, inauthentic colors, the same thing like for police or firefighters, like those type of service jobs, like it's a different type of red. It's like a darker color. So it's interesting how it presents itself. But anyway, so there's not just one way you'll wear it. So I like to look at old photos of somebody versus who they are now. It's always interesting. And then sometimes when I do a remote reading for somebody, they'll send me a selfie, and their selfie will be very raw, and they're wearing no inauthentic colors. But then when I look at their other pictures, like when they're with friends or family or coworkers or whatever, they're wearing an inauthentic color. So you can kind of pick it up and put it down even during your day. Like you'll go wear it at work, and then when you come home, you drop it. Some people, it's all the time. The people that pick it up and put it down, they're easier to get through to. The people who wear it all the time, those are harder. And I don't usually get a lot of those. Like I'll get the people who understand there's something about their life that isn't authentic for a reading versus people who like just come and they don't understand that there's something that they need to change, which makes it easier to talk to them about it. So anyway, so a lot of times I'll ask for a picture of the person when they were a kid just to get the pure energy going here. But, life isn't totally about getting back to your childlike state of energy. It's about living life and evolving and returning to that state, but with a lot of perspective and protection. But photos from childhood will help me show the person's like inauthentic colors, and how they've popped out or whatever since then. So what are some inauthentic colors? A lot of empaths will wear them. Okay. So that's like a big thing. Empaths with blue. I see them like, for some reason, if you're blue, you have like a higher tendency to wear an inauthentic color. Turquoise is too, but for a different reason. Like empaths will wear blue and then they'll absorb an inauthentic color. Turquoises will just like drop the turquoise and just become another color. And that's why they're harder to read when they're wearing an inauthentic color, because they'll like kind of melt. Turquoises will melt into the color, whereas blues will wear blue and then like pick up another thing, like hang on to it. So, it's harder to put an inauthentic color on purple. Like I'll see it happen, but purple is a hard color to cover up because it gets like angry and it's real self-destructive, and I'll show it like cracking through a lot. Indigo too, it's a harder color to cover up with an inauthentic color because it's such a hidden. Indigos are so much more hidden or something. They're very like introverted in a lot of ways, so it's harder for them to get completely covered up. It does happen though, but blues and turquoises absorb, and blues especially have this thing where they want to please. So often, for example, I'll see like a blue in a management role or an office role or an admin role, because honestly, like blues always get leadership jobs because they can conform to what's needed. And because they have this tendency to want to like feel other people's happiness, since they're feeling it everything anyways, they'll start wearing colors that aren't there. So I see a lot of blues wearing yellow. Oh my gosh. I do see blues wearing red, but I see so many blues wearing yellow. And there's a huge issue with blue people thinking they're yellow. And here's where we go on to motivation, which I talked about a lot in my manifestation episode and things like this. But like when we go to motivation, we have to ask yourself, what motivates you to do anything? This is how you're going to figure out, colors aside, if you're being authentic 100% in your life or not, if you're serving your soul purpose or not. You have to ask yourself, what truly motivates me to do anything? That's how you know who you actually are. This is the key to get rid of any inauthentic color on you. The motivations that you have are essential. It's not even about aura colors at this point. Although, like I said, we've talked about what motivates each color in life. But like, if you're real with yourself about what you want, what makes you happy, not what makes somebody else happy, how you intrinsically collect your joy in life, you will be less inauthentic. But why don't people do this? Because they feel bad about it. The person wearing inauthentic yellow who is blue will feel like they should be more of a certain way because that's what people want from them. So they feel like they're selfish if they don't do it, or they won't be lovable, or they won't survive, or like whatever. The indigo person wearing inauthentic purple feels like they need to be more feisty, when honestly they're just kind of who they are, and they need to just be unapologetic about it. The red person who wears inauthentic blue, I see a lot of people wearing inauthentic blue. That's the other flip-flop, because they'll feel bad about who they are. So the red person wearing inauthentic blue just needs to see that it's okay to be a leader, to use your voice. You don't have to feel bad for it just because some people will call you bossy. Green people will wear red a lot, especially when they're stuck in jobs where they have to constantly repeat themselves and not focus on innovation. So like green people who are stuck like leading a team like can wear red, because they really are more about the system or the vision, not about like, building, relationships with people so much. Things like that. Like it causes people to wear colors that aren't there because they feel like they can't survive as they truly are in this world. That's the inauthentic thing. The difference between fake and inauthentic is inauthentic means like you don't feel like you could be you and survive. So it's like people who wear inauthentic colors feel like they have to wear a mask or they have to blend in. They have to conform to the environment because they do not trust that the environment will conform to them or will reflect them. Like I said, I talked about this on my Manifestation 101 episode. Thoughts create reality. So when you're wearing an inauthentic color, you will create a life which reflects this. Then what happens is the ego will totally freak out when you notice it, when you want to go with authentic. Because you'll see in every single relationship, every single choice, every context, every job, every situation has been built upon the inauthentic version of yourself that you felt you needed to propel and advocate forward this whole time. So when you drop that color, your life drastically and dramatically will change. And this is scary as hell. It's hard and it's real and it's raw and it's vulnerable. And a lot of people don't want to deal with this subconsciously or consciously. Therefore, back to my point, when you're dealing with somebody wearing an inauthentic color who doesn't want help, they can be very touchy. Back to when I used to have to do conferences for, certain parents, or like if you have to go deal with, like if you're a therapist and you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to change, or you're, working with, clients or like whatever you're doing, you feel like you have to present information to them in a way they hear it because they can't hear anything that goes against their very, very protected version of who they think they are. They don't want anything in this world to shatter that. Why don't kids wear inauthentic colors? Well, that's because the same thing that makes us roll our eyes at children, like their kind of version of life, they're kind of like head up in the clouds, they do their thing. That protects them from all this. They aren't susceptible to it as much until they have to start partaking in the third dimensional world, which I talked about 2 episodes ago. The rest of us are in. The 3D world that we talked about on episode 28, it's all about ego. The world needs you to conform to it, not the other way around, or you won't make it. That's the agreement of the 3D world. And kids don't notice that until they hit a certain age, okay? So I start seeing kids wearing inauthentic colors around, like 18-ish, give or take. Depending on the kid. So many kids go through a second adolescence, by the way, around I will say 23, ish, like around there. They get stuck. They don't know what to do. They move back home. They're at this precipice. What do? I don't want to do this. Maybe you went through this. Maybe you're going through this now. Like, I don't want to be an adult, because in this 3D world, in the version of the world that a lot of us subscribe to, adulting means becoming nothing, means becoming evaporated into the need of those around you. It means not being your own person. It means losing your soul identity. It means getting it all sucked out of you. It means all the distractions become paramount. The material things, the drama, the relationships that are toxic, comparison, the corner office, the what you drive, etc. That stuff becomes your God. And at some point you had to lose what God or that which is greater than us really is in order to feel like you can survive and fit in. And that's heavy stuff. And that's when inauthentic colors get put on you. It's hard to fight against this world. It's really, really hard. And some people feel like they have to wear armor 24/7. And that's inauthentic colors. When you see you're wearing it, when you see there's ways to survive authentically as you are, it's freedom, but things are going to change. And then you're not even confronting that. You're confronting, do I want to change what's there? Do I want to change what I built up? That's a hard question. That's a choice we have to make. So the question to ask yourself right now is, what am I doing in my life which does not feel good to me? And you may really have to break that down, like get away from the big stuff and go to the tiny stuff. Like the existential questions can be too much. Like, I don't like my job or my marriage or like what, like that can be too much. So let's start small. Like, what do you listen to on in your car on your way to work? Like, do you like it? Really examine that question. Really, like change it. Like, what do you want on your desk in your office? Like, do you like that picture that you have up? Seriously, like you got to start looking around. What about that lunch date with that friend? Is that feeling like a good idea? Or do you feel like you just like have to do it? What about the weekend with the people that make you feel tired inside? Family or not? Is there a way, you can get out of that? If you have to do it, what boundaries can you put up so you don't have to be there as long or you can get away? Let's say you have 20 minutes to yourself. What do you want to do with that? Laundry, Or do you need a nap? Like, just look at these tiny stuff, the little minutia of your life you've become really good at pushing aside, at going all robot, inside of, being subconscious at dismissing without thinking, at being habitually, without any sort of direction with it, and being inauthentic with your colors. Like I said, it's a subconscious habit. So notice where you push yourself to do things your ego likes, but you do not. And differentiate. And these things will change you. So start little. I want to hear about your own experiences, just tiny, doing things that you're not feeling okay about. And see when you make these tiny changes how it makes you feel free inside and gives you confidence to make other changes. Hey, Scott.
Hey. That was... Yeah, it was really interesting.
I remember, when I first started talking to you, Scott, I think there's inauthentic colors on people. Remember that?
Yes. I mean, I'll do a history reference.
Okay.
Like when Copernicus, you know who Copernicus was?
No.
He was the one that figured that the Earth did not, that the sun did not rotate around the Earth, that the Earth rotated around the sun. It was like a huge breakthrough in science.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah. So for you, that was when you discovered, I remember this, it was like that aha moment, whatever,
yes,
that Oprah calls the aha moment, whatever. Yeah. All teachers across the country now call the aha moment.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. Thank God I don't have to do that anymore after my last month of virtual teaching. But yeah, when you discovered that all the colors were not authentic to them, meaning you always saw the colors, but then you did all this work and through all your readings and really finding yourself and everything, you were able to discover that some colors were not authentic to people. They were inauthentic.
Yes.
So you might see someone with a blue and a yellow, but you know now that the yellow might be inauthentic to them.
Yeah,
so
they were
really
blue and purple,
right.
but they were they didn't want anybody to see their purple because it wasn't unlovable growing up or whatever. There's so many reasons.
Yes, and I mean that's incredible because a lot of people have those do those aura. You said this already, the aura photography, and that's total BS.
It's a pretty picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture, but it's totally you're telling people bullshit about their auras.
It drives me insane,
and it drives me insane too. Actually, one time I don't even think I told you this, but I saw someone had a page on Instagram, and I just saw it. It came up for some reason. I think they actually started following you, and I blocked them. And they were showing the picture, and then they were showing the aura, and it was not the person's aura.
Right.
And to me, it's if you're going to do this, and I wrote to her. I wrote a nasty letter to her.
You did, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
You had a red aura rant moment.
I had a red aura rant.
Tell me because I would have gotten mad at you.
Yeah, and I'm look, you're telling people they're wrong colors, by doing these things. She thought she was all great and fantastic, but that's to me that's a big deal, and I know it's a big deal to you. But if someone goes to you, with 100% knowledge, I know you're going to be honest with them, and you're going to tell them what the colors are.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're going to know their colors.
Yeah.
They come to you, and you tell them they're purple and yellow. They're purple and yellow, and those are the authentic colors. But if you're doing these photography things and then someone goes to you and then you tell them they're green and blue or whatever comes up, they're going to go through their life thinking they're green and blue. And if that's important to them,
I don't think those places
doesn't make sense.
Explain it to them though the way I do. So they might be cool, I'm green, and then they're just they just move on. Whereas green for me, it's oh my God, let me tell you but everything. I know what you mean.
But
it's annoying.
But a lot of people they write to you, and they say, hey, the photography or another psychic or something else told me I'm, golden. Or they told me I'm purple or whatever. And it's not their color at all.
I know.
And that is a pet peeve, not a quarantine pet peeve, but that's a pet peeve of mine because I want people to know their real colors because if they know their real colors, they can live authentically.
Well, that's why we do
and that's
all
what we
this
do.
Stuff.
And I know that you're telling them their authentic colors.
Yeah, but the inauthentic color thing was
that was
oh
a
my
big deal.
God.
That was huge.
And it happened early on when I was okay, I'm going to be serious about this. I'm going to do this. And to this day, I'll do quick aura readings. Sometimes on the MMSF page, we'll do okay, top, first 25 people to comment with a selfie. I'll give you your, but it's true. if I look at it quick, sometimes like I can tell if it's inauthentic, but sometimes I'm just like, we could be here all day.
Right. And turn it into a whole reading.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh my God. Like, and I'll just see like a blue, yellow, or, and it's like, there is so much hair. Like, it's just like,
I know.
It's hard. So like, I love and I do not love doing quick aura readings just because it's like, okay, listen, you're blue and yellow, and like, and then like, how much time do we got? You know?
Right. No, I know. And that,
it's more than just colors, but at the same time, like, it's better than nothing.
But you're getting hundreds, 100 people a day might ask you.
That's why I try to make so much content, so you have some sort of understanding of like what you are on your own, like that, on my Instagram and stuff like that. But you had a game for us.
Yeah, I know. All right, so yes, I did play a game because a lot of people, and again, I just want to stress this one more time. I mean, it was an incredible breakthrough when you were able to do the inauthentic colors. It shaped your entire what you do now.
Well, it gave me the message, and the message was like, you have to teach people about authenticity and living life authentically and what that actually means, not like the BS cliche shit. Like it's like what are you doing in your life that doesn't resonate, that's not your sole purpose? And like that's not light, and a lot of people can't hear it. They freak out. And that's why I'm thankful for my people that come and where I'm at right now, because when people come to me, they're like, they know what they're going to hear, so they're they're not defensive. Yeah. But man, people get defensive. Yeah. They don't want to hear things, and I don't. That's why I don't tell people who don't want to hear it. Like, okay, bye. Like I don't. Right.
But there's so much more to it than like saying, hey, you're purple. You know?
Yes, that's the point.
That's the point. And. You could do that, and you do that because there's just mass amounts of people.
Yeah, I want people to have I want them to have fun and see what it is. And
you have a 2-year wait list, so it's like I want to know my color now, so we tell them the color quick.
Like honestly, people are pretty good with the stuff that I've provided, like figuring out their colors.
They are, especially if they follow along.
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah.
But one problem I guess that people do have, and I actually have this problem too.
Yes.
I get confused, and this is why we're going to play a game here to kind of fix the confusion a little bit. I get confused between people who are like fake, like come off as fake and phony, and they're not living in an inauthentic color.
Right.
They're just coming off as fake and phony.
They're just fake ass people.
Right.
Yeah, that's different.
Because you asked me like, hey, who are some people you think have an inauthentic color? I'm like, well, like Kelly Ripa. Like she seems like a phony to me. But she's authentic.
Yeah, no, she's authentically who she is.
Right, but she's a phony.
But she does come off a little phony.
Yeah, and I said like Goldie Hawn's daughter, is her name. I don't even know her name, but she seems a little, I said she's inauthentic.
Like you were just going through your list of people who are like fake.
Yeah,
but that's not inauthentic colors.
Right.
I used to call it environmental.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, I don't want to like offend people, so I'm going to call it. You have an environmental blue around you. But now I'm just like, listen, it's inauthentic blue. Right. It's not yours. Please get rid of it.
Right. And
I got more like, listen.
So a lot, but those people are easy to spot because you're like, oh, you can tell
the fake people. People are fake.
But what you have explained to me is that doesn't mean their color is inauthentic.
That means they've hidden, like fake people have hidden motives that they're trying to manipulate from, like away from you. Right. Which a lot of us can pick up on. Like, you're a fake ass bitch. Like, obviously, like you are hiding crap from me. Right. But then people who are inauthentic it's more about like shame. Right. That's different.
So, so when I compiled the list, it was hard for me to do that because I kept getting all these people that seemed fake to me.
Well, you pick people in the spotlight, right?
I pick people in the spotlight, yes. Yeah. So here we go. Okay. This is going to be who is wearing inauthentic colors versus who's wearing the authentic colors. And we can see if we can tell the difference between the two people.
Okay, got it.
And they are celebrities. All right. So the first one that I did was from Good Morning America. Mm-hmm. I picked Michael Strahan. Okay. He was an ex-football player in the New York Giants. Yes. Fantastic football player. And George Stephanopoulos, who's like the news guy.
So we watch this every morning, so it's like we feel like we know them. So Michael Strahan wears inauthentic blue. Right. So he's like very, he's got a lot of purple going on, but he wears like a lot of inauthentic blue. And I feel like he's trying to be like care more than he authentically does because he's on like a show where it's like you have to be like, oh, how do you feel? And like I feel like that's hard for him to, and that doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It just means he's a football player.
Yeah, I mean, like I would think he'd be wanting to like sacked the crap out of Tom Brady.
Well,
he had a famous quote, right, about that?
Yeah, he had like a famous quote, like, you've never lived unless you hit Tom Brady. Like, you know, blue people don't say that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like, to me, he seems like a little out of place on the show. I mean, I don't like the show, but I can't stand it, actually.
We watch it every morning.
I know, I can't. I watch it for like 10 minutes. I have to turn it off because I want to vomit.
You like George.
But George, yes. Now, George, to me, seems like the real deal. You know, when Lara Spencer, she does like the pop news and she puts up a picture. Oh,
he's like,
Drake's kitty did a dance. And George is just like,
viral video, baby and kitty.
Yeah, Drake did something fantastic.
It's always with Drake.
Yeah, it's always Drake. Every day. I mean, how much is he paying them? But, you know, like Strahan, you used to hit Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You should be like on ESPN. Why are you like sitting with a box of tissues crying about little kitties?
He wears an authentic blow.
Yeah.
So he has to like really put on this energy of, okay, I have to ask how people are. That takes energy because like as a football player, he didn't care what people felt like when he smacked the life out of them on the field.
No.
Like that's not him.
Right.
Now, does that mean he's he's a lovely person. I think he's like a really good stand-up guy, honestly. I just feel like I see inauthentic blue on him. It's just, and I feel like if I talk to him, I'd be like, I feel like your job can be a little taxing because like you have to be like always in that space, like where you're thinking of like other people too much for you.
And we'd definitely like to meet him, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You had that really sexy dream about him that one time.
I did. Yeah.
I forget which episode you talked about.
Michael and me. Yeah. Mike and me. Yeah.
Did.
I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
You talked about it on one episode.
Yeah, we had sexy time together.
Yeah, I like people asked if he was wearing his Magic Mike golden Speedos.
I'm not proud of that, but all right. And George, we said, what color is he again? Green?
He's green. And
authentic.
He's green and blue.
All right, he's authentic.
Yeah, he doesn't laugh if something's not funny.
No, he doesn't. No. He's like so straight. and actually, of all the people on the show, he's the one I can actually stand the most. The rest of them I can't stand.
When you see somebody wearing inauthentic colors, you just can kind of sometimes they feel like something's off with them or something.
Yeah.
But not fake, just like,
off.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, God.
Next one.
Yes.
We have, all right, so who's inauthentic versus who's authentic?
Right.
We have Lady Gaga.
Okay.
She's a pop singer, if you didn't know. Mm-hmm. Some people sometimes call me Bradley, but that's, I don't know why they keep doing that, but they do.
Ever since that hypnotherapy session.
So I've been getting a lot still. I actually got invited to a Zoom orgy. I think we talked about this.
Yes.
Because people thought I was Bradley Cooper.
A Zoom orgy, yeah. Yes. Because you look like Bradley Cooper now.
Otherwise, they wouldn't invite me. Versus Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry. Okay. So Lady Gaga is like super purple. Okay. So Katy Perry, she's very blue. And she is wearing like, it's almost like an inauthentic shade to her purple. Like she's blue and purple, but like, I feel like she tries to like up it or something because I feel like she tries too hard to be like feisty or like ridiculous or like creative or like all this stuff. And I like her songs. Like I like when she sings and stuff like that. But like on American Idol, she stresses the crap out of me. Like I can't even watch it because like she's trying so hard. I feel like the purple is so cranked up, like way over her allotted amount that I feel like it's, and I think people turn on her a little bit because of this.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, a couple seasons ago, some kid was like, I never kissed a girl or something. And she's like, well, come here, kiss me on the cheek. And then she turned around and made it like a full on kiss. And people were like very upset about it because it was like, it wasn't nice. Like if a guy did that to a girl, everybody would have freaked out. So she did that to a young boy and everybody kind of was like, that's weird. And I feel like she did it to be shocking, but like she was wearing this inauthentic purple on her. So it doesn't come off right.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to watch a couple episodes of American Idol, like actually once, and as soon as she opened her mouth, I had to turn the channel.
You were like,
it was so fun. Like to me, it was like so.
Like I feel like she tries to go over that. Whereas when Lady Gaga wears like her ridiculous outfits, I truly feel like that's her.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And like when she comes out and she's wearing something stupid or whatever, it's fine because she's I don't know she rocks. It's her. It's very much reflective of who she is. Whereas when like Katy Perry does it, it always feels like oh God, like. Yeah. It's who picked that out for you, or come on. It feels like she's trying too hard.
All right, so
I think she's more sensitive than she lets on.
Yeah. All right, so the winner here is Lady Gaga, or just the authentic person is Lady Gaga.
There's nothing wrong with
winning.
There's nothing wrong with wearing an inauthentic color. Right. And honestly, it's hard to find them in the spotlight. You don't go real far when you wear them.
All right. Next one.
Yes.
All right, so we do this for our VPK fans. Did I say that right? Vanderpump? No, VPR.
What's VPK?
That's
oh my God, that's
preschool.
That's so
where
sad.
our kids should be. Okay, VPK, VPR.
Voluntary preschool.
Cool, voluntary preschool. That's our Florida preschool. But all right, VPR, Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah.
We have, who's inauthentic versus authentic? Ariana.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Stassi.
So Ariana, okay. This is good. Stassi wears authentic yellow and purple. Okay, so she fits in. She's pretty much herself. I met her in person. She's exactly what you see is what you get on the show. Yeah. Like, there she is. She's very nice. Ariana, I never met her. I feel like she's lovely. She's actually pink and yellow, but she wears purple, and her yellow gets like cranked up a bit on the show. And she's actually pink, which is like a very rare color. And I feel like with her, she's forced to be louder or more in the spotlight. And I feel like it can stress her out. Like, she actually feels like extremely reserved in a lot of ways, private, like, you know, a lot more calm, you know, than the show would allow. I feel like she doesn't want information out as much as it's going to be out when you're on a show like that. And I feel like to be on the show, she's had to put on this shell. And I see it on her, you know, like, I feel like she's like, very conscientious of how she looks and like how she's presented, and just, I feel like it's stressful for her to feel seen like she is. Yeah. I mean,
when I've only watched 2 episodes, but like Stassi, she seems like she fits on the show.
Yeah.
That girl, La Di Da, whatever her name is, she seems like she fits on the show. Yeah. Shayna seems, and then Ariana doesn't seem like it would be.
She just feels like
thing.
She's like, I feel like she's mysterious.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's because she puts up kind of like a bit of her inauthentic color a little bit to kind of buffer the attention that comes with it. And she feels like a very sweet girl, and I feel like she's had a lot of trauma or stuff go on in her life, and it's just kind of like, yeah, she's pink, but she hides it.
She needs a reading from you.
I like her.
She's one that I think definitely
I really like
benefit.
her, actually. Yeah. Like, she feels like very sweet.
All right, so Stassi, authentic, yellow, purple. She was fantastic when we met her and went to her apartment. And then Ariana, inauthentic colors. All right, next one. This one's interesting. We got Rachel Ray, who's like cook, whatever.
Yeah, Rachel Ray.
And one of our favorites. Now, we can't talk about this guy.
Oh, we love
David in the Kitchen from QVC.
If you watch QVC,
love that guy.
We're shut-ins, even when it's not the quarantine.
Yes.
And we love David in the Kitchen on QVC. You have to watch him like holidays with David.
Right. Now, I pride myself that nobody can sell me anything.
David.
But this guy could sell like a coaster. Oh my God. Like, he could make a coaster sound incredible.
The Mrs. Printable. Oh my God, do your impression of him like saying what color everything is.
I have it in the blue, sage green.
Like, he does all the colors.
We have it in the brown. No one ever wants the brown.
It's like,
no one ever wants brown.
Yeah, it's like, it's never brown. It's like, we have it in the toffee. We have it in the aqua.
The red. Ruby red.
We have it in the cobalt.
Yes. I love this guy. He eats everything. He tries everything.
He's so great.
You know, that's what I really like about him.
Yeah.
Like, you ever see like a news anchor, like again, we're going back to Good Morning America.
Yeah.
And they put like these amazing foods in front of them, and then they take like this little nibble. It's great. And it's phony and fake. It's inauthentic. That's 2 different things.
But different.
Right. I know.
Yeah,
but
really finished with
David, when he tries the foods that they make, he loves them.
He loves
You
it.
can tell he's going to love them. He goes for seconds.
I think we watch it just so he eats for us.
Yeah, he does.
The Mrs. Printables.
This guy is so authentic. What's his color? What's David's color?
He's very turquoise and green.
Wow. And authentic.
He's authentic,
He's definitely authentic.
Yeah, he's great. I like him.
And what about Rachel Ray?
Well, then Rachel Ray. I can't even watch her show, and it's gotten worse over the years. She wears such an inauthentic red, and underneath she's actually really blue. I feel like she has horrific autoimmune stuff going on, and she's purple. But like, the blue is so repressed. I feel like she does way too much peopling during, I mean, I'm sure, like, you have a show and all that. She's very, busy. But I feel like, and she wears all this inauthentic red to try to buffer and be business lady and all this. And it's hard to watch her because I feel like I just want to tell her to, like, take a break and just, like, get away from people and seclude. Like, I feel like she needs to get back. I don't know, stresses me out with health stuff with her.
Okay. All right.
A lot of inauthentic red.
A lot of it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's our next one. She's everywhere. She's a fan favorite for this show.
Yes.
And our audience. She now owns ABC. It is Hannah Brown.
Hannah Brown.
Versus Hannah Brown.
Oh, so you're doing like Hannah Brown. Okay, Hannah Brown Colton season.
Right.
Versus Hannah Brown like now.
Right.
Okay. So this is good. Because Hannah Brown, like during Colton's season, like I could figure, like she was like such a mess. Like she was blue, and then there was like this It was so blue. And then under there was like this purple, but it was real muddled. And then in her season, it started cracking. And I call her Aura Kraken Hannah because there was like, it looked like a lightning bolt. Like it's like, or like a little chick coming out of its egg. Okay. And now she's like just purple AF. Like she's just like constantly out there. Oh my God. Like there was some drama going on because her and that Tyler, everyone was like, are they dating or not dating? And there was this whole story, and I wanted to share it with you, and I forgot to before the podcast because I knew you would have freaked out. Mm-hmm. Because, Tyler, Zoom bombed somebody's just work conference just to talk about his life.
Oh, my God.
And my thought is, how important are you that you would just, bomb a Zoom conference?
These people are very important.
Because, we care if you're dating Hannah or not, which they're not.
Do you know what some people have, there's rumors.
What?
That when they come up with the corona vaccine,
yes,
that on every, the little vials, her face is going to be on it. Every vial will have Super Hannah.
Super Hannah vaccine.
Yeah, vaccine.
I believe it
because she's everywhere. Yeah.
She's everywhere,
and they think they're the most important people.
I just thought of little Hannahs being pushed into my body,
right?
Fighting off corona.
Right. Why did they make a video and then Instagram would actually think that I would care to view it and they put it on my wall or whatever?
They
you call
do that
it.
to you, don't they?
Yeah, and
because you're searching Bachelor stuff.
I never want to see a TikTok of Hannah Brown and who's this guy? Tyler
Campbell?
Perry? No, Tyler.
I forget his last
whatever.
name.
I don't want to see them make a TikTok.
I know.
Okay.
That's what you'll do.
All right, we got two more.
So anyways, yeah, she was wearing a lot of inauthentic blue, and now she's authentically purple.
Okay, so one time she was inauthentic, but now she's authentic.
Yeah.
All right.
She cracked.
Another show we watch sometimes, Shark Tank.
Oh, Shark Tank.
We have Damon.
Yes.
He was the founder of Fubu.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's, I forgot what he owned, but Robert. He sits on the end, opposite of Mark Cuban.
End. He always says he's an immigrant.
He always says he's an immigrant. Yeah. It seems like they both seem like very nice guys.
Yeah, they are. Damon wears inauthentic red. He is blue and purple, but he wears inauthentic red. I feel he's an artistic guy, but he had to conform to be a business guy. And so, but I feel like he understands he wears it. So he's less stressful for me to watch.
He doesn't come off as...
He doesn't stress me out.
That.
Because he's the type of person, like I said in my speech, some people pick it up and drop it. I feel like he knows when to pick it up and he knows when to drop it.
Okay.
But Robert is he's actually a turquoise green color.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he seems
He's chill.
He seems chill. He seems like he really does care about the businesses he
selects. If he selects them, yeah.
If he selects them.
If not, he's done.
Yeah, he's always I'm just out.
He gets very offended easily if somebody doesn't take his bargain right away.
Yes, he does.
Because he can't work with somebody who ever doubted him. It's like that's where he gets very turquoise or sensitive, like empathy.
That's correct.
Because he's like, don't hurt my feelings or else we're not working together.
That is correct. All right, and here's our last one. This one's more for fun. These are two fictional characters.
Okay.
We've been watching a show called The Ozarks.
Oh my God, I got him to watch season 1, people.
Up 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
I've actually watched 2 episodes in one day. That's unheard of for me. And the main character is Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Marty.
His name is Marty. And we're going to put him up.
Just Marty, not Jason Bateman.
No, right. Just the character Marty.
This is totally fictional.
Right. Marty from The Ozarks.
Right.
And we debated yesterday. We're fighting over what colors he would be.
What color would he be?
And, I said he was definitely... green and blue,
right?
But he had an inauthentic red.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other one would be Hopper.
Oh, my God.
From Stranger Things. Who, and I said he's definitely red and blue, but his red has gone off the hook.
He's off the hook red.
Season 3, his red. I think in season 1, red-blue.
Yeah.
Good mix. Season 2, red's getting more. Season 3, he's the reddest guy on the planet.
He, lost it. That's it. Now, I just have to do a little footnote here. That this goes against everything because people are always like, "What color is?" and then they do Elsa from Frozen. It's she's not a real person, But we could do character traits of each color,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just have to do a little footnote. But Marty, I agree with you. He's green, blue, but he wears this inauthentic red.
Yeah,
and you could tell he always never wants. We're only in 5. I think we're 5 episodes.
4 or 5,
in. Yeah. He never wants to run the businesses he starts so far, but we're okay. He's more about the back end of things.
Yeah, I mean, I would
getting the system going.
Right. I mean, unless you really, he's laundering all the money. Do you think he really wants to be involved on this stuff? Probably. Maybe he does.
I think he likes the math of
maybe
it.
He does,
Maybe.
But that'd be green.
That's green. Yeah, green and blue, but then inauthentic red. And then
Hopper,
he's just the sheriff in town.
Yeah,
green,
he's
blue,
authentic.
Justice, but don't bother him too much.
Definitely authentic. but his red is out of control.
That's a great place to stop it today. Like the fictional inauthentic colors. Okay, so inauthentic does not mean fake. If you take nothing else from that, take that.
It does not mean fake and phony like Gabby Bernstein. But
stop. Issues with that.
We got another day of quarantine ahead of us.
I can't wait.
And then another.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I always appreciate you. Come find us on Mystic Michaela Spiritual Family to talk and connect and grow spiritually with one another. You all take care.